It's Sctv with Ethan Humble, Sophie Reese, Caleb Geer, Sam Hying, Katie Burns, and Dylan McChesney.
Good evening, and welcome back to Sctv, Simpson College's first student-run weekly newscast. I'm Ethan Humble.
And I'm Sophie Reese. Thanks for joining us.
Breaking news. Our top story this week takes us to the football team.
Our Caleb Geer has the story.
After another 1-9 season, football head coach Matt Geer has officially resigned as of Monday. In an email sent to all students, the only coach addressed on the football staff was Geer, although it has been confirmed that all football coaches have not had their contracts extended. Athletics Director Marty Bell has stated that no more than what was in the original email will be brought forward at this time. Each and every football player that was reached out to declined to make a statement. An anonymous coach who was let go stated that the resources are not in place for the football program to compete for conference championships every year. This coach continued and said, "There are infrastructural issues within the college that will prevent continued high-level success, especially in sports that have a need for a lot of student athletes." For Sctv, Caleb Geer.
Student media will keep you posted with any updates we receive on the resignations.
Tough season and some tough changes. When you see roadkill, you probably don't think much of it and just keep driving.
But roadkill just so happens to be a vital portion of mammalogy class with Professor Rehmeier.
I caught up with him as well as a couple of students to see what this class is all about.
Let's talk about one of the most unique classes offered on campus, mammalogy, where there's an interesting opportunity to earn some extra credit. That involves roadkill.
They do learn early in the semester how to prepare these museum specimens, and there's a very specific process for doing this. They learn how to do this so that they respect the specimens as previously living organisms and fragile things that, if not handled properly, could break. I provide students with a roadkill kit in the class, and so they have their Ziploc bags, they have their trash bags, they have the permit with them, they have gloves, all these sorts of things to try to make it as safe as possible for them. There's rules. They're not allowed to stop on interstates where it's hard to do that safely. It's an activity that I reserve for upper level students who understand how to be respectful of these facts. These are these were once living animals, and that they have some background in anatomy and physiology to make the most of this and how to handle things properly and all that in a safe way.
Students were provided with a DNR certificate along with a roadkill kit, allowing them to pick up these animals legally for scientific purposes, and then were able to turn them into museum specimens.
So I did need it for my major, but I thought it was also pretty applicable since there are a lot of different opportunities working with mammals in Iowa, so it was good to be able to identify them and learn about what habitats they live in, and then we also got to learn about all of the families in the mammalian class.
So mine was a little different. I didn't actually go out and get roadkill. So my dad was a retired conservation officer. And so I texted him and I was like, hey, if you see any cool animals on the side of the road, can you pick them up for me? And then when I come home, I'll come and grab them. So I actually ended up bringing, the otter, a beaver, a bobcat, 2 red foxes, and then I also found a groundhog, I believe, and then the rabbit there. So
I think it was interesting to be able to appreciate roadkill and use it in a practical way, because most of the time it just kind of rots on the side of the road, but we were able to bring it in and use it in a scientific manner, which was pretty interesting.
Mammalogy is usually a course that's only offered in the spring semester. Reporting for Sctv, I'm Sophie Reese.
Looks like a better use than them just sitting on the side of the road. I say that's a good idea.
Snow is falling and the seasons are changing, so it's time to break out those sweaters and jackets.
Simpson Pride conducted a clothing swap for students who want a new outfit or to help express their identity. Our Chloe Peck has more.
The clothing swap is for anyone who is looking to get a new outfit, to feel more comfortable in their body, express their gender.
The event took place Monday, November 14th in Hubble Hall.
It was an event that was created specifically with the trans community in mind, right? Because, it is harder for trans or gender nonconforming students to get the items or the clothes that they need to feel comfortable.
a small crowd gathered to support the transgender community.
This project kind of came to be because of my personal journey with gender. So I came out as trans last year, and since then I've realized just how difficult it is, especially as a college student with limited income, to be able to afford these kinds of things like clothes or, gender affirming items.
Cisgender individuals are often not forced to think about these types of things on a daily basis, but whether you think about it or not, all individuals have clothes that affirm their gender.
And so this is kind of where the project came from. Like, I want to make that stuff more accessible to everyone. And it's not even just for people who know that they're trans or non-binary or whatever. It's even if you're just questioning.
These are the kind of events that continue to unite the Simpson student body.
Everyone has clothes that they feel good in their body in. Everyone has clothes that make them feel happy in their body. And that's what we're going for here. This is just an event about feeling comfortable in who you are, and everyone can relate to that.
For Sctv, I'm Chloe Peck.
Seems like a great way to support Simpson students and stay warm.
Lights, camera, action. No, I'm not talking about us. Simpson Productions prepares to take the stage for a new performance.
Our Cash Lee went to the theater and got some video from rehearsal.
While most of us have been preparing for winter, Simpson Productions has been preparing for their second performance of the year. They'll be performing Little Women, a story about 4 sisters navigating through life during the Civil War era. I was able to get a sneak peek as well as in a couple of interviews to learn more about what goes into the process.
It expresses a lot of feminism and a lot of self-identity, especially the struggles and the hardships of living as a woman, especially in the 1860s.
Josephine is so childish, Meg. It is most aggregating.
Aggregating, that's a new one.
You mean aggravating, dear.
Aggregating.
So what, Joe?
So, expect to laugh, maybe cry. It's really a coming-of-age story.
Mister! I want to talk to Sorry! Please excuse us.
Brooks! John Brooks. She may need this.
She's a damsel in distress. You must be a knight in shining armor.
It's a lot of work, but it's super fun.
Well, I really love that the piano is in this show. I think it's beautiful. I love it. It can really help set tones and moods within the play. And honestly, I'm really excited for the audience to see it.
Opening night is 7:30 this Friday. Be sure to come see a performance. For Sctv, I'm Cash Lee.
I don't know where Ethan went, but I think Sam was coming to talk to him about a video. Oh. Hello? Oh my goodness. I'm just hearing this now, but I think there's an intruder in the building. I'm out of here.
Ethan Humble, more like Ethan Dumble. Freaking 10:30 at night. Mr. Humble, here for my Sctv video. You in here? Oh, here's the camera you wanted me to try out. How do you use this thing? What was that? Mr. Humble? Oh my gosh. What happened to Sctv?
No need to fear. Mr. Humble is here.
were the last person I wanted to see.
Don't worry, Mr. Hying. I have saved Sctv. Come give it a try. Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. So, what do you think?
Not bad, but I still hate Sctv.
Oh my gosh, Ethan. You scared the shit out of me.
Oh my, thank goodness I was able to fend off those intruders. I guess we have some haters, Sophie. Who would have thought anyone actually watches this show? Couldn't be me.
That
was weird. Anyway, back to the show. We had highlights last week from them. Let's take a deeper look at our women's wrestling squad.
Welcome back to another sports feature. This week, I sat down with Jenna and Kylie, 2 members of the women's wrestling team. This is what they had to say about their upcoming season.
Honestly, it's new. It's a great thing that it's new. We have a whole much more to build on and learn from other teams who have been having a women's wrestling program, but I think it's great. We have a good foundation so far. We've been recruiting a lot, especially me since I'm a part of the student ambassador team. We've been doing a lot, and I'm just super excited to see what the future holds for us. So yeah.
I think it's pretty nice. We have a pretty solid foundation. We all connected pretty quickly, so there's no bad blood between any of us.
It's been really good. I have definitely adopted my freshmen, and I bonded with them quickly, and it's just been really good, especially since I joined in really late in the game.
I mean, it would be great to go to nationals, place at nationals, but I'm mostly just trying to get myself set, figure out where I'm at compared to the rest of these girls that have been competing in the collegiate circuit for years already, and just trying to have fun with it and see where it goes.
To win at least one match, and to make new friends. It's definitely a different experience being a collegiate athlete, but I think it's something that I should, kind of bask in and enjoy it while I can.
I came on a trip after being recruited by the women's wrestling coach and kind of just fell in love with the campus, the area, really was excited about everything that they wanted to do with the women's wrestling program. So
Go get them this season. Simpson will be cheering for you. For Sctv, I'm Sam Hying.
Great to see the representation of women in wrestling. Keep up the great work, girls.
I was on the stands cheering.
And I was on the track cheering.
Although we likely foreshadowed the result of the game in our initial breaking news segment, here are your highlights from the football field Saturday, courtesy of Katie Burns. Senior day here for the Simpson Storm football team, closing out their 2022 campaign against the Buena Vista Beavers. The handoff from Jay Jensen to Desmond Alexander, and he punishes the Buena Vista defense there. Number 7 getting in for the easy 7, and that's going to be 7-0 Storm here early. The flea flicker pass. That's going to be, it's going to be caught by number 0, Jeremiah Powell. The 71-yarder makes the score 7-6, still in favor of the Storm. The extra point attempt, though, it's blocked. No good there. And the Ramon Garcia kick is not going to be good. 7-6 Storm lead this one. And the ball, it's fumbled and recovered by the Beavers. Oh no. Tragic series of events there for the Storm. The pass out left is going to be caught there by Buena Vista. And this one's going to be 12-7. The 2-point conversion attempt was no good. We start up here again in the second quarter. It's now 19-7 Buena Vista after that score. The extra point here from the Storm, that's no good. That was actually a field goal. My apologies. The 3 points off the board there for the Storm. Jay Jensen looking over the middle of the field. He's able to get that one to his receiver. Hunter Dahlgren almost able to push that one over the goal line. And that one there is good from Jay Jensen on the 1-yard QB sneak. Storm make this game 19-14 now in favor of the Beavers, who look left again, able to find his man over there, Dylan Laughlin, able to get that one in again for the Buena Vista Beavers. 14 in favor of them. A touchdown, though, again from Hunter Dahlgren, able to put that one in. Storm fall to the Beavers 26-21 to end their season. From the turf to the hardwood, the men's basketball team won on Friday night in a great game against Fontbonne.
Then, on Saturday, the team faced Westminster right in our Coles Fieldhouse. We sent our Dylan McChesney to get the game's highlights.
Basketball hosted a 4-team tournament this past weekend and looked to close it out with the Westminster Blue Jays this past Sunday, and man, was it a good one. Chris Hans wasn't able to snag the tip-off. However, it didn't take long for the team to start knocking down three-pointers like Steph and Clay. I mean, it was just ridiculous. The Storm came out firing this first half, hitting three-pointer after three-pointer after three-pointer. The Storm knocked down 8 three-pointers in this first half, 3 of them coming from Easton Darling, 2 from Andrew Gibb, 1 from Andrew Curran, and the final 2 from Caden McGuire. There was also some amazing athletic takes, as you've seen there, but the three-point line was their go-to. The Storm was able to close out the first half, leading Westminster 43-26. The Blue Jays came out for the second half playing some tough defense. However, the Storm's offense remained impeccable, knocking down three-pointers, jumpers, passing the ball, more three-pointers, and some athletic takes. Simpson's Easton Darling led the team in points, knocking down 19, and Trey Kempler led the Blue Jays with 20. They ended up beating the Blue Jays 83-63, remaining 3-0 in Couch Fieldhouse, walking away from their tournament with a dub. And here's a word from the freshman, Caden McGuire.
We came out against South Dakota, and it was a good first half, and the second half was kind of rough, but I think that kind of set the tone for the first 3 games. We're 3-0 now, but the tournament games, we came out hot, ready to go, and it was our home court, so we came out firing. Sense of urgency.
In other sports, Spencer Moon is headed to the National Cross Country Championships. The junior took 3rd place overall at the NCAA Midwest Regional Race.
Overall, the Storm men took 8 out of 32 teams, and the Lady Runners finished 7th out of 29 at the meet.
The men's wrestling team dropped its road duel at Wartburg last Wednesday 46-3. The lone win belonged to Zach Stewart in the 149-pound weight class.
The team then wrestled at the Grandview Invitational on Saturday. Riley Kovaleski led the Storm with 4 wins, and Colton Kinnison, Sam McCoy, and Nicholas Silva each chipped in 2 wins.
The women's basketball team kicked off their season over the weekend. They lost their opener against Augustana in Illinois before dominating Marion, a school out of Wisconsin, on Saturday.
That's going to be all from us here tonight.
We humbly thank you for your time. We will be back next week. Until then, you stay classy, Simpson.